All right, we're going live. Let's see what happens. It looks like it's buffering a little bit here on me. Should not be, but it looks like it is. So we're going to wait to see if we get some people in here and see. No, don't look too awfully bad. A little bit buffering. Let me mute that. We don't need to be hearing that. And nobody's in here yet. So we're just going to hold off and see if anybody else joins in here and see what we got going on. Yeah, it looks like it's picking up a little bit better as far as the latency with it. All right, we got somebody jumped in. Who we got jumping in? Kind of just hanging out in the shop. This is my second day trying to do this live stuff. I messed around with AI a little bit, Gemini, to kind of see if I can get this stream a little bit better. Yesterday I was doing one and I lost the internet on it and didn't even know it. I'm still talking away probably another 10, 15 minutes or whatever it was, and didn't even know it. So after a few minutes, I realized I saw that nobody else was texting back, so I kind of figured that's what it was. Who we got jumping in here? Give me a little shout out. Let me know who you are. Let me know who's in here. Yeah, I see two in here, so let me know who you are. Yeah, just sitting around here. I figured I'd come out here, give a little live, kind of see what happens. There we go. Frank and Kathy Johnson. Hello. How's it sound? Do I sound okay? Yeah, we got a few more jumping in here. Go ahead and drop some comments in. Let me know who you are. And if you guys got something you want to talk about, drop a little comment in there. Let me know what you're thinking, and we'll kind of discuss some stuff. It's hard on this end just coming up with stuff to talk about, but it makes it so much easier. Sure does. It's okay. Good deal. Hey, Jack, what's up, Jack? How you doing? I lost you yesterday. I was talking away. I don't know how long I was talking. The next thing I know, I was like, nobody responded back. And I said, I wonder if I'm still on there. And I looked over and I said, I'm not even on the internet. I'm talking away. Didn't even know it. So hopefully everyone's having a good night. Yeah, Jack, I was showing a pan around. I was saying how me and you were like, kind of like real woodworkers. You look in our shop, it's not a studio. I'm working out of a shed, and I was panning around showing you all, what my shop looked like, and that's when I noticed nobody was even there. I said, okay, that is what it is. Yeah, it was. I got a range extender today, so. I was able to get that hooked up and get it closer to my shed so I can have internet, because my speed was like 25 up and 25 down, and it just wasn't enough to push this. Where now I'm at least, as far away as I am from the house, I'm at least able to be hundreds, right around 100 up, maybe 150 down, 150 up, somewhere around there, whatever. But yeah, it should be better now. It looks like I'm a little kind of blotchy here, a little skipping a little bit. I don't like. It's what it looks like. That's only maybe on my end, because I'm looking at my phone and that looks like it's going okay. And what do we got in here? We got, just two of us, me and you, Jack. We were talking yesterday and about. I was watching some of your videos today when I was doing my work. I put my earbuds in. I just kind of listened to it. What do you got here? Let me click it up here so I can see it a little bit better. Not a studio, not mine either. That's what it is. Hello from Vegas. What's the temperature in Vegas today? 3DHP. Yeah, I know your channel. I've seen your work. You did a video on Jimitsu. I think was it the Reno? You did a video on that. I believe it was. I remember watching that video because I got a Reno 4040. Frank can watch but not chat. I wonder why. I wonder why you can't drop it in there. Let's see what we got here. I guess I can take yours down, Jack. Oh yeah, I'll show you my shed. It's definitely not a studio. I got a lot of the work stuff. I install satellites, so I have a lot of that stuff over in the corner over there. But I have my table saw and router table and some other planer stuff just kind of all sitting up there with my miter saw. So let me come down here. Not the Reno 4040 and the Reno 4040 Pro upgrade. Yeah, yep. Yeah, I couldn't remember which one it was, but I do remember watching the video, and I got the Reno 4040. It does pretty good. Mine's belt driven, so you got the linear rails, which is a little bit nicer, but 54 in Vegas. It was today. I'm in North Carolina. I think Jack, you're in North Carolina too, if I'm right. It was 60, mid 60s here today, so it was real nice. Yeah, here's my studio, Jack. This is my studio. Hopefully you can see it. It's a hot mess, but that's all my tools over there. Of course, my big TV over there, and all my other stuff over here. All my good stuff's on this side. I try to make this side look a little better so it don't look so bad. Windy now. Rained a little this morning. Yeah, we need a little bit of rain. I got some boxes I got to burn, so I gotta definitely get a little bit of rain here because I worry about all this pine straw we got out here in the Carolinas. You got 4 of us. Wow, that's more than I was thinking. I knew Jack would be here. And it's good to see 3DHPs that you're in here because, like I said, I have watched your videos, so I have seen you as well too. So, it's good to see some of these people I get to watch on other feeds come in here and kind of chat with me a little bit and, kind of pass a little time together. I'm probably not going to stay on too long today. I'm going to come back on again tomorrow. How do you do the reversible on photos? The reversible on photos. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean, Kathy? Just got home and opened up the computer. It was a good time then. We had a good time. You are in the North Carolina, correct? How do you do the reversible on photos? That's what she's asking. How do you do reversals on photos? I'm trying to think if that's like engraving on the wood. If that's what you're talking about, how you got to reverse the image. Like if you had glass, you definitely want to reverse it. But I'm thinking that's what it is. Yep, you're near Charlotte. Yeah, you got to be on the app, not the the website. Exactly. Yep. My mixer hangout Saturday, 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 or 4 hours. Yeah, I know your streams are long. If you'd like to join in and show what you have been making or promote yourself, yeah, I would love that. That'd be a lot of fun. I definitely would love that. I'm new. I only have 315 subscribers, so I've been doing it for just over a year now. But I wasn't real consistent, so it's kind of hard to get out here and be consistent and, keep making all those video feeds and all. I mean, sometimes that's real tough, but you try to, but then things come up or you kind of run out of ideas what to do. And like, okay, well, what do I do? A lot of people aren't really jumping in and saying, hey, do you know how to make this or you got to make that? So everything you make, you kind of, doing it on what you're trying to think of. So, yeah, it's kind of tough. All right, so she's saying, yeah, I guess that's what the wood and all that, or like the glass. When you do your image on glass, you have to reverse it. Otherwise, it's because it's now Jack, and you can kind of, maybe, get a little bit more into this, but if you don't reverse, because it's got to go through the glass and it's got to hit something on the bottom, which you're going to paint the bottom of it, and then when it reflects back up, it's going to etch it on the back side of that. Because with the stuff I have, the blue laser goes right through the glass. It won't, anything clear, it'll just go right through it. Yeah, invert. Yep, that's what it's called. You invert the image, so it's like if you're looking at it, you're reading it from left to right, but when you invert it, it flops it the other way, so it's kind of like going from right to left end. This way, when it comes back up into it, it's actually engraving it to the which side you want, and then where your showpiece side is going to be the one that's on the bottom. That's where it's going to be from right to left end. Yeah, my niece. I did one of my videos. I did for my nephew. I did a it was a serving tray, a grill platter, a grill tray, whatever you want to call it, and a cutting board. And I gave the same image to my niece because she was doing mugs and some kind of other stuff. And all my bear were kind of going this way. She didn't invert it because the way her program went when she was doing it, it went the other way. That's, I think, is what Kathy's talking about. Yeah, you have to invert them. It's starting to chill down now a little bit though. It's not quite so warm. I got my little heater underneath my table here. It's starting to cool down a little bit, but it was beautiful here today. All right, you need to invert the color so on the computer it looks like the negative, and then flip the image. Where'd it go? Flip the image so that is in the right orientation. Yeah, yep. Let me put that up there. That's exactly right. Otherwise, it's going to come backwards. Like I know with your phone, if you're taking videos on your phone, there's a button on your phone you got to click. It's gonna invert it. So if you're taking a video, holding a selfie, looking at you, all your writing's going to be backwards. Now it's just the way the camera's picking it up. You're welcome, Kathy. So you hit that button and it inverts the picture so that it actually reads the right way. So, does it look like I'm kind of spinning because I'm moving my hand and on my one camera it's kind of like little spitting, but when I look on the phone, it looks like it's going through right. Looks like it's okay. So what kind of stuff are you getting ready to work on, Jack? Or 3D HP, either one. Either one. Jerry, you've been doing this a long time too, haven't you? Okay, perfect. I'm glad it's looking good. Okay. It's just my OBS one is, it looks like it's got like a little skip to it. You got two knives to engrave. What are you using to engrave your knives? Are you using a diode or are you using yeah, you have a fiber, don't you? Twenty seventeen started 3D printing. Yeah, you do those big 3D printing, Jerry. I was watching your videos. I'm like, we're talking about, my stuff is like little tiny things. Nothing real big. Like little things to be able to hold your material so you can paint or spray it or whatever. Little trays. You see I do like little trays. I did these little radius corner things. I don't know what before I just did them. I guess for like a jig or whatever, you can kind of just go around and put your radiuses on them. But Jerry does the real things with those 3D printers. 40-watt diode laser with wood handle and 100-watt fiber. Wow. Yeah, I'd like to see that fiber. I would like to see that. Oh yeah, we were talking yesterday. You were saying about it's about time to drop another video for your 40-watt. It absolutely is time. Drop that video so we can kind of see what you got going on with it. What all you can do with it now from when you first did your first couple cuts with it. Let me see up here. Yeah, Jerry said a lot of functional prints. Jerry, you do a lot of good stuff. I mean, your videos, very, very good videos. Definitely a lot of knowledge as well. And there's what Jack was saying when he was talking about his 40-watt diode laser. Yeah, Jack did a video on putting his 40-watt together. I tried to do a video putting my my extension rails on the Reno. It took me forever to do, so I was like, yep, nope, done with that. So I scratched that video because it was just taking forever, and the directions were good, but still got the directions here. The manual was huge, and a lot of the stuff it had me doing, I didn't really even need to do. That's why I was like, I'm not going to keep following this thing here, because you just didn't need to do that. Like they had you taking the whole top gantry off. I said, no, none of that stuff has to be done. Yeah, some of the stuff. Yeah, it's functional because when I spraying all my stuff, that's why I did those little pyramid looking things for that. So it's functional for me, but I did a lot of stuff for my kids. Them little dragons and things like that. They really love that stuff there. It has a good bit of power, but the fan never stops running. That's one thing I do hate. I put the thing on smart plugs. Yep. Yep. That's for sure. That's for sure. You say go Dallas, but let you down again? Yeah, maybe next season. I don't know. Steelers got we'll see what happens. The standard is the standard. They make the playoffs and lose. So first round. Kathy, they're even worse. They're Bengal fans. My sister and nephew, they're on here too. They're Bengal fans. They're even worse. My mom and sister, my mom and my other sister, they're Cowboy fans. Getting rid of Micah though, Micah Parsons, that was real tough to get rid of him. He's a beast. He's a beast. But anyway, it is what it is. But he went to a Green Bay and got hurt, so got all that money. Super Bowl for the Cowboys or Steelers? Who? Which one are you talking about, Fran? We know it ain't the Bengals, as we also refer to bungholes. Yeah, it's tough being in the same conference as us, Fran. The Bengals. The Bengals. Bengals are going to make the Super Bowl next year, huh? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I was just glad that Mahomes didn't make it this year. Justin Burrows. Yeah, I heard Burrows is coming to the Steelers. We're picking up Burrows' contract, I heard. Question is, Fran, would you jump? Would you jump to be a Steeler fan then? When I was younger, I played high school football, and our colors were orange and black. So when he started watching football, he saw the Bengals colors orange and black. That's what attracted him to it. Poor guy. I can talk football all the time anyway. You watch football, Jack? And if you do, who's your team? We got Cowboys, Steelers, and Bengals in the house so far. Yeah, I'm trying to come up with another project to do for a video. Just not sure what to do. I guess we got Valentine's Day coming up, so I'm going to try to look around and see what I can maybe design, make something with the something for Valentine's Day. That'll probably be my next thing. No, a lot of people aren't. A lot of people aren't into sports. My family, as you can see, we always were. Baseball, football, wrestling, it didn't matter what it was. We were all kind of big into sports. That's why some of my videos, if you watch them, some of the older ones, just were kind of like, gnomes that were sport gnomes, or Cowboys sign or Steelers sign. I did a bunch of oak clocks, and they were all either Giants or Steelers, Bengals, Yankees. But yeah, we've always been into sports. So I try not to incorporate too much of this because not a lot of people that do this kind of stuff we do is into sports, so I don't try to do too much. Most of those videos kind of tank. I don't get a lot of views with them, so, I try not to watch too much of them. Yeah, if you already started, you're ahead of me because I haven't even really even thought about one yet. But I know I need to come up with something. Not sure what to come up with, but I'll come up with something. Yeah, you do got to go. You got to. Brand's getting ready to check out. He's got to go to work 3 o'clock. So I appreciate Fran hanging in here. His birthday was yesterday, so I'll give him another happy birthday to you, Fran. We got 4 people. Probably down to be 3 here in a second. Yeah, Cowboys. Cowboys are all right. It is what it is. You win some, you lose some. But until you get rid of Jerry Jones, you're gonna probably lose more than you're gonna win. He's yeah, such good coaches for a long time, and he keeps pushing them all the way. You know, he just tries to be too much of a control manager with them. So you know, a lot of coaches aren't going to put up with that. Jimmy Johnson, he ain't going to put up with. He had Bill Parcells. Bill Parcells, you had him. You know, a lot of those guys just aren't going to put up with that. What do you for Valentine's Day? What have you kind of worked on so far, Jack? Or what are you trying to work on? What are you planning on working on? Yeah, Jerry, I'm gonna have to take Jerry up on that and jump on his thing here one day. Yeah, I lost all my. Where'd they all go now? I can't even see them. What does that say there? Because I can't see him on my phone anymore, so I got to look over here in this little screen. There's a cut flowers and wood cards. Yeah, that's real nice. Nice, nice. I did the roses. You know, you can cut the roses out, and then you got the petals coming off the side, and then they come down. You put them on a stand. I did a couple of those. Those things are always so brittle, though. They don't hold up very well. But do you get on Jerry's site? I bet you that's a lot of fun getting on there. Because Jerry, he's good people too. You can tell he's good people. Yeah, I just started the live. Just I was nervous doing it. I didn't know how I was going to go, but kind of watching it, I said, I watch other people doing it, and it's a good way to, you put a video out there and they see your edited stuff. I don't usually edit my videos. My videos are pretty much start to finish. My mess ups, my screw ups, whatever, are all going to be in that as well too. It takes so long sitting there. You do a video, and then you got to go through and you got to edit the stuff, and it just takes too long for me. So my videos are pretty much unedited. That's the way I kind of look at it. All right, let me go ahead and do this chat again and refresh it because it's not pulling anything else up on this side. Refresh it again. Let me close it out. And let me pull it back up and see what happens. I designed roses to make them stronger. Yeah, the backer for it is what I had to do as well too, because the rose parts were just so brittle that with the 20 watt, I couldn't imagine a 40 watt. Do you notice much of a difference, Jack, with a 40 watt compared to the 20 or the 10? I mean, you can still get those crisp, fine, I would imagine, cutouts, I would think as well too. There probably isn't too much of a difference with it, is there? Yeah, I wish I could pull these up here quick, but I'm having a hard time with this again. Hearing yourself talk is definitely crazy because I hear myself like when I talk to somebody on a cell phone and it has that echo in it. I'm like, come on, guys, get it off speakerphone because I couldn't stand hearing my voice. But you kind of do get used to it a little bit. So, like right now, it doesn't bother me too much. But yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. It does get good fine detail. Yeah. Yeah, when I had the 5 watt, I like the 5 watt, but I broke the 5 watt lens on it, and I was so new. I didn't know anything about lasers. I told you I started out with a 3018 CNC, and then after a couple months of that, I said, no, I'm done with this, and I bought the Ortur 5 watt, and that worked real well until I broke the lens. You know, I didn't know you had to clean them. I had no clue of any of that stuff, and that's when I started watching videos, and I bought the. I told you I was watching who is it? Louisiana Hobby Guy, and he had that Ortur 20 watt. So I bought that and put it on the on that, and yeah, that worked good, and I had that for a long time. Not much difference in the curve fine detail. You got 461 videos. I saw the 4 when I was looking at it earlier, because I was talking to my nephew about it, and I saw the 4, but it cut the other ones off, and I said, I know he's got a pile of videos. So I'm only at like maybe 58 or 59. And that's like just over a year. I think a year and like 2 or 3 months. So I got to get myself out here a little bit more and do some more. 461 videos. I know when I was looking at it, you were like 10 years or so, or 9 years ago, whatever it was, you had a bunch of videos, and then you started getting into the the laser world and stuff. So I said, yep, he's been doing this for a minute. Now, I wouldn't say none of your videos are good, for sure. Now, I mean, you got 461 of them. You got over, what do you have, 11, 12, 13, 1,400 subscribers, 15, 1,600, whatever you have. You got a pile of subscribers, so I definitely wouldn't say none of your videos aren't good, because you wouldn't get that many followers and do this long if you didn't have good videos. My videos, long, lengthy, I talk a lot, I repeat a lot of stuff. I'm Italian, that's what we do. And I try to get it to, like, for me to learn, you got to kind of talk a little bit, double talk like that. $14.70. Yeah, you got a lot. You definitely got a lot. That's a good number to have. I'm trying to get to that monetization, but it's just slow and agony. I'm sitting at like 315. So it's what it is. It's what it is. It's just slow process. I got into this because I see a lot of people. You got the Clack Shack. He Venatori, whatever, however you pronounce his name. They're getting all these machines given to them and all this good stuff they're getting. And I said, I wouldn't mind getting some of this stuff. How you not monetized? You got over 1,000. It's maybe the viewer count, because our videos don't get a lot of traction, so we don't get the hours that you need to get. That's probably what it is. Because I was looking at mine, you need, I forget how many hours of video, 4,000. I can't remember what it is, but it's a lot. It's going to be a tough number to try to get. I know that. But I thought, if I can get some of this free stuff out there, I wouldn't mind that. And then I also thought too, 54, getting older, I make all these videos. When I'm gone, they're still going to be out there. And, family members can look at it and watch it and kind of laugh a little bit. 3,000 hours of watch time, yeah. That's a lot of hours. That's a lot of hours. It's hard that's the hardest thing that I find is trying to keep people's butts in the seat. I get I average about maybe 20-24% of my video viewed. The last one I did with the glasses holder, that thing, this took a big dump. That ain't doing anything. I mean, when I looked at that video, it's not even. Oh my, it's horrible. That video did real bad. If I look at it, it was. Let me go into swap out accounts. Yeah, that video is doing real bad. I had some videos I was like, yeah, this is a good video. This is going to do good. And next thing you know, it's got like 20 views, 30 views. It's like, what? It is what it is. Let me see. Listen, I generally average, I don't know what you get, Jack, but I generally average about 20 to 25% of my video watched. And that's a good one. But this one, that one I showed you with the caddy, the glasses caddy, it's I can't even pull up the analytics on it. Yeah, there we are right there. 5.7% viewed. That's it. It dropped from 0%, like, quickly down. I don't know if you might not be able to see that. Probably not. That thing dropped like the damn Titanic. Went from 0% down to nothing. And I thought that one was going to do good. Nope. I had some other ones I thought were going to do really good. And I ended up getting them. I'm like, well, that's horrible. I don't know, some people, they can get some good content out there. Sort of the same thing me and you were doing, Jack, and they sit down and watch them, and ours they tend to jump off pretty quick. It's, I don't know, personality, I guess. I like to do the live video because I can be more myself than what I am on. Like when I make my videos, I'm kind of like talking like I'm a robot. Or, it's hard to get excited about something when you're talking in front of a camera and nobody's talking back to you. What was I looking up? Let's go here. Oh, not that. YouTube Studio. Yeah, a couple of my videos I thought were going to do real well, and I said, Dad, this is going to be a good one. Nope. Look at the numbers. I look at them. I'm like, I can't stop looking at the stuff. It drives me nuts. Every 20 minutes I'm looking to get another subscriber. Because I'm so low, 315. It's like, it's pretty cool having 315, but I want 1,515. Yeah, some of mine. Yep. And I go back and look at my videos. I'm like, what in the hell was I even talking about? Back to my CNC got 25 views. Pittsburgh Steeler tray I did with the Reno, 31 views. Save yourself much needed time. That was a good one. 55 views. Slate Coasters, 64 views. How to design a turkey napkin holder, 64 views. So some of them, they don't get much, but it is what it is. Slow and steady. What kind of stuff you gonna engrave on your knives? Let me go back into. I've made 2 shorts, and that's probably a big part of my problem. Is I don't make the short videos. I don't have a lot of time to come out here and do this stuff. So, but yeah, I don't make the shorts. I need to try to get into making some more shorts because that really brings that's where a lot of your views are. Let's go back to the other one. All right. All right. Created for the handle and the line. Yeah. Your the lineman design you're talking about. You're talking about with the telephone poles and all that. I believe that's what you're talking about. Yeah, I was looking at some of the videos because I always like they'll pop up on I'll get my notification for them, and I'll see them pop up there, and it's like that. Those 3D engravings are real decent. I really like the 3D engraving with the Bible verses that opened up the Bible. That was real nice. That one there was a real nice one. You can let me see this here. You can open. Yeah, that was a really good one with the flag. You can open YouTube app on your phone and use your current videos and shorts. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get a hold of you one day how to do that, because that would definitely be. You get a lot of traction brought in that way. A lot of people will definitely look at it. People watch the shorts way more than they watch these long videos. They're hard to put out. It's hard. You cover so much stuff that you lose a lot of people. You know, they'll just start fading out. They'll hit the button and click off it. That's why I started trying to do those 15-minute or less videos, just taking like a snippet of Lightburn or Milmage and then just doing one little thing in it and doing that in 15 minutes or less. Try to keep people in there. And that kind of works, but you know, you still gotta I don't know, be a little bit more creative with it. I got to get a little more colorful, a little more personal with it. I think that would definitely help out more too. But yeah, the lineman with the flag in the background, that was definitely, that was a good one. But like I said, your the one with the book opened up, the Bible opened up, that was awesome. That was an awesome one. .etsy.com. .etsy.com. What's that, Jack? You know about the Etsy shop? Do you sell a lot of stuff on there? I don't go a whole lot into Etsy. Every once in a while, I might just browse through to see what kind of stuff is out there, and then try to take that in and make a video on it. Just show how you can take something like that. Instead of buying like a $5-6 file or a $4 file, you can bring it in and do your own stuff. I did Valentine's Day earrings last year doing that same kind of video. Yeah, that was about the extent of me going in Etsy. Do you sell a lot on Etsy? Yeah, we got somebody else in here. Go ahead and give us a little shout out, guys, whoever you are. Yeah, most of my stuff on there on my videos are all ones I design. I don't get like crazy like Hobo does. The stuff he's doing that tilt thing, and you know he did that gumball machine. None of that's nothing I would ever try to jump into. But I design like little things and I'll put them in my videos. But most of my stuff I get kind of inspiration. Like I'll go through Dollar General or something like that and kind of see something out there and just come back and try to create that. And I'll put a video out on creating that. Yeah, I always heard Etsy is just kind of like undercutting everyone, cutting everyone's legs out from underneath them. You know, they'll put stuff in there so cheap, or they'll pirate stuff that you created, and then they'll try to sell the stuff on there. Yeah, Hobo, yeah. I know he's down that way as well, too. He's real good. He's really, really good at designing stuff. Do you ever meet up with Hobo? Yeah, I watched some of his videos and it was like, I don't know how he designs the stuff, but he's pretty good at designing those things. My stuff is more basic stuff, more like kind of signs and things. And nothing with moving parts. That's for sure not me. I always said I should have paid attention a little more in school. I was worried about football and baseball. I should have worried more about my schoolwork. Then I could do some of that stuff. But, too late now. Yeah, he does a lot of good stuff. He really does. He's got a good channel. You know, that's cool. That's cool. You guys go out for lunch once in a while. That's cool. He's kind of like a real down to earth person too. I used to watch when they had that other live stream when all three of them got together, and I was like, you can kind of see he's trying to talk about a couple things, and he was kind of getting cut off, and I said, yeah, I don't know how long this is gonna last, and it didn't last very long. So 10 years of experience of education, yeah. Yeah, I don't have any. Graduated high school and got out of that stuff and started working right away. Yep. Is Hobo like he is out of lunch too? Is he the same kind of person? I imagine he probably is. I imagine the same kind of people. 2 more years and I might have finished high school. I did finish high school. I was good with that. I finished high school and that was it. No, I did sign language class for a job I did. I used to work with mentally handicapped folks. And one of the guys I had was deaf, so I had to go to class and learn sign language. He was MR, so handicapped, so it wasn't like it was the same kind of sign language you use on the street, but, it was his version of sign language. Some of the stuff was the same, but I took that for a semester, and that was the extent of me going to college. That was it for me. I had a good shot at football, but I messed myself up in school for that. That's where that goes to. Well, you said you're just about 50, I think you said yesterday. Did I stop again? It looks like it's on my... I didn't drop any frames, I don't see. And my kbps is 1800, so video stuck. I don't know why it's stuck, because it's showing all the stuff over here shows okay. I guess it dropped in a bit. It's back to normal though. Yeah, it should be, hopefully. I mean, all the stuff, I don't see any drop frames down here, but I don't really think that means anything. Gemini's only, you can take it as far as you can throw it sometimes. Well, yeah, you said I think you're about 50, so you're close to, you're close to, yeah. It's always good to have that under your belt. It's always good to have that under your belt, Jack. I mean, that was on your end, okay. I was gonna say, I'm looking down here, I didn't see any drops, so I wasn't sure. But it wouldn't surprise me, because I got my range extender sitting right in here, and it seems to be doing okay, but... $50 in June. I'll be 55 in December. My God, did it go quick. We got just me and you yet. No, me and you and somebody else. No, me and you. Because my phone, I'm the other one on my phone. That's right. Yep. Well, these lives, they people don't hang around too long. About as long as what they do on my regular videos. Yep. Come in, sit down for a minute, and take right off. Yep. Bearded Viking Woodworking. He's got his live going on now. I'm gonna tell you what, he blew up. That guy blew up. Yes, we will be looking at Christmas all over again, and I'll be 25. 25. 55. God, I wish I was 25. Holy hell. Bearded Viking Woodworking. That man blew up. He has, Jesus mighty, 250-some thousand subscribers in like just over a year. I don't know what he did, but that man blew up. He's more woodworking, not this kind of stuff we piddle around with. Just like... Just last week you were 19. Yeah, it might have felt like it. It surely might have felt like it. Time goes quick. My son is 28. It's like, okay. My daughter's 12. It's like, okay. Yep. Time flies. Time does fly. So what do you think? What do you think would get a channel to grow a little bit more? I know you're trying to figure it out too, but I think between the both of us, we can figure this out. We can figure it out. Yeah, that's what they say. That's for sure what they say. I look at the Bearded Dragon. He's working out of a wood shop. Looks like ours. Nothing spectacular, nothing fancy. He's got good personality. He's funny. He does some good work. Yeah, to get monetized would be okay, but more so would probably be like getting Patreons and stuff like that, try to get a little bit extra money, generate the hobby that we have. That would probably help out a little bit more. Yeah, the key word is what's value? What is value? What is the value that keeps people coming back? I guess the machines you have, the projects you do, the projects you can do. Like Hobo's real good at this design and stuff, and he can walk people through stuff that's he's real good at that. So that video with IDC, whatever, Cody or whatever his name is, by being able to answer those things for them, you got the same thing. You got the same value. So that'll keep people coming back, just know the know-how and how to do the stuff. Like I've had a couple subscribers reach out and ask me a couple things, and I'll put a video out for them or I'll answer it for them, but they don't really talk a whole lot. I mean, it's kind of what it is. I don't know if they're shy. I don't know, but you get a couple thumbs up, you get a couple shares, a couple subscribers, just enough to keep you coming back, I guess. But I like the live video better because I can be more kind of myself than what I am in front of a camera, and I have to try to transition the live kind of video with just making something. You gotta kind of be the same way. Like the Viking, Bearded Viking, he's crazy. That dude's crazy, and he keeps people coming back because he is crazy. So. But I don't want to be one of those people like, hey, over here, look what you can get here. I'm not that kind of person either. So, But yeah, try to get some people to kind of talk. That's tough. That's tough to get people to want to talk. What is it? Almost 7:40. Well, I don't know. Probably get off here in a second, but I appreciate you coming in here, Jack. It's just me and you, so that's cool. I don't mind chatting with you at all. Probably get chatting more with you and see what we can do to get things a little bit better and have a little more fun and stuff with this stuff. Kind of bounce ideas off each other, and I was. Where you guys are at from where I'm at, I'm by the Outer Banks area, so I'm like real far from you guys. To be able to get up out that way and have dinner with y'all like a lunch or something, yeah, it'd be real hard. But we can get out here and maybe kick around a little bit like we're doing, or if I can ever get some people to come in here and sit, and then once I get this to build up, we can kind of get together and do some stuff with that. Yeah, he is. He is definitely always upbeat and excited. He's crazy. That guy would be cool to hang with because he is definitely crazy. You can see it in him. He's got good personality. He has some good stuff that he does. Some good builds. He don't just do what we do. He's actually using table saws, and he's using hammers and staples and nails, and he's doing actual real wood stuff. Not that this ain't real wood stuff, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. I guess he has a CNC or a laser machine. I know he has a laser machine. I'm thinking he has probably a CNC machine as well too, but all his videos are about hand making stuff, not on a computer doing stuff and doing what kind of like what we do. Yep. Well, Jack, I appreciate you. I really do. I don't know. I told you I do satellite installs, and I didn't see anything on my schedule for tomorrow. So I'll probably be back out here again tomorrow. Kind of see if I can kick it around again and, see if we can come up with something. But it's cool. I enjoy this. I really do. Checking my schedule now for work. And home. Yep, nothing tomorrow. So I'll probably be out in the shop tomorrow trying to do a couple things there. I got to try to put something together for this Valentine's Day stuff. I got to try to do that. Yeah, next week you got work. That's just not the rest of this week. But yeah, try to put some Valentine's something together for that. I don't know. Yeah, I'll come out here and kind of play around a little bit, and I guess you probably get done around, I'm guessing around 6:30. Because that's how you said you were just getting home, so I kind of figure you're probably somewhere around there. Gotta hate having to wear glasses because I can't see like from back like this. I gotta come up in here and look and stuff like that, and yeah, it's just pain in you know what. Oh, those things weren't even coming in over here. What? See, that bothers me. All right, here we go. What do you have here? My shop is in such a mess right now. I don't even want to do a video. I showed you my shop, and I cleaned. And I kind of put stuff away here. I showed you my shop. My shop is it's horrible. It's horrible. I don't have a lot of room. I can almost touch from wall to wall, so I don't have a whole lot of room here. But I try to make what I got, you know, laser, CNC. That's my big stuff, and all the other wood cutting stuff and planers all over there, like I showed you. That's all over the other side over there, but I don't even use half of that stuff over there. I use the miter saw. Very seldom use the table saw. Don't know the last time I used my my router table. Been a long time. Do I got what? I wonder what happens if I click it on there. Does it click it over here? No. No, it doesn't do anything. Did it pull it up here? Yeah, there you go. What is that, Jack? Discord? Here I am looking again at my subscribers trying to see. I'm telling you, I'm obsessed with this stupid stuff. It's crazy. It's crazy. I'm always checking it out. I can't even see what this is. Let me see. Is this box here? Never stops running. Good bit of power. It's not even showing that anymore, is it? That hasn't even, oh, shoot. Wrong button. That wasn't even showing the stuff anymore. Hell, I don't know. I really don't know. Yeah, they're not even pulling them up anymore. And this one, I'm probably going to have to go to StreamYard, I'm thinking. Especially for this kind of stuff. Because, yeah, they're not even pulling them up in there. I don't even know if I'm even live yet. Yeah, it looks like it is. Looks like it is. Yeah, messy shop though, dude. That's a given. You start doing these projects, start doing things. Man, you're walking through sawdust up to your knees, and you know, I drink a lot of Pepsi. You can see I drink a whole lot of Pepsi. The Pepsi cans. I had my one video back here in that little that clear bin back there. Like last week, that thing was it was stacked up. Dude, that thing was really, really stacked up. I couldn't believe it. I got it in the bag over here, getting ready for the trash tomorrow. But I was glad Jerry came on. That was awesome. I was really, you know, I know you ain't in here, Jerry, but I appreciate you. That was awesome. Discord. I share pictures of what I'm doing on Discord. I don't even know what that is. Discord. I gotta figure out what that is. Chilling with friends or even building a worldwide community. I'll have to look into that. I don't know. I can tell you, Jack, I don't do a whole lot of stuff, like a lot of my stuff over here, I've been putting it up here and, you know, kind of just trying to fill up the background a little bit. But I made this thing here, and I haven't even brought it to him yet. I had a cousin that they do dogs, and I want to get a collar to put around it, and then put my charm that I have for the dogs, like dog tags, and put it on there and take it over to their shop. Still sits here. I haven't even done that. Damn, that thing there is loose. Most of my stuff on this video here, I thought would have done good too. Look at this one. I don't even think it works anymore. Yeah, it's still on. I don't know if you can see the lights and all in that. Hold on. Let me shut this light off for a second. I did this thing. I did a video on that. I thought that was going to do real well. Nope. I thought that video was going to do real well. That didn't do anything. Let me see what you got here. Jerry pops up everywhere. That was cool to see. Like I said, I see you out there. I see Jerry out there. I see some of these guys out there, and, you know, to sit and, you know, come chat with me. That is cool. Yeah, you don't know how much that is really cool. Jerry pops up everywhere. There's a messaging app. I have my own server there. Tons of great people in there. Yeah, I've never heard of that. Oh, that's. I'm gonna have to look into that though. Yeah, because I wouldn't mind sharing some of the stuff I do, or seeing some of the stuff you do, or some, you know, some of the stuff other people do. I wouldn't mind it. How many we got sitting in here with us? I think, yeah, just you and me. Just you and me, buddy. You did a light box like that? I did a light box, the Halloween one. That's the second one of the Halloween one I did, and I did a nativity scene that I gave my folks for Christmas a couple years ago. I think I have a video on that too. I think I do. But that one really came out really nice. The nativity scene. It was a little bit wider one. I didn't do that with the 300 by 300. I actually did that one with a bigger piece of plywood. That the Luan they call it, or whatever they call it, that 4x8 sheet. I actually did one on that. That actually came out really nice. That was a good one to do. That was probably one of my favorite ones to do. The Halloween one up here, that I really like that one. That one came out real nice. But see, that's the kind of stuff I do. I don't know where I got this from. I don't know where I got that little box from. I can't remember. It might have been Louisiana Hobby Guy. I don't know. But there's so many flaws with it, so many things wrong with it, that I can't get the top on right. So I was going to make that video on this, and I said, it's going to be too much work to do it with the live hinges and all. But all these tabs, and that's one thing I do want to sit down with you one day, Jack, because I know you're really good at light burn. And I'm fairly okay with light burn. I'm better than most, but I was trying to do. I did a video and I had to take it off because it wasn't working, and I couldn't understand why it wasn't working. I was doing slots and tabs, and I did a box, and I got the box off Boxes PY or one of those sites out there, and I was going to get just one box, like a 4x4 box, and then I wanted to take that box and be able to make it to whatever I wanted. So just have the one, and then just make it bigger. But I could never get that to work. Every time I would let go from 4, and I would do ×2 on the light burn, and I kept the aspect ratio locked, so everything went together. But when you put it together, I just could never get it to go together. And that was one of my videos I was working on for about a week, and I just could not get that damn thing to go. I don't know what happened to it, but This one here, all his slots and tabs are all square. They're perfect square. They're like, and when you try to change it, it changes them this way, that way. So I junked this one here, and I started doing my own. I was taking this heart part right here, and then I was offsetting the heart in, and then I did my own little squares on it, and I was going to go copy along a path, and that was working, and I said, this ain't even worth it. I just thought I crushed it. I just canceled it out. But I do want to get with you one day. Maybe not on this live because I don't know. But if we can just kind of do this unlisted, I'll give you a site, or if you can do it on yours and invite me in to show me what I was doing wrong with that. Because I can't figure that out for the life of me. I can't get that box, even with the aspect ratio locked, and you go from 4 inches and you do the ×2. It just don't go back together. I don't know why. I'm not sure why. All right, let me see what you're saying now. I'm doing a lot of talking. It ain't even showing up on that, so I'll just go on my phone. Do I have any site for free laser files? I have a site. It's not for free. I did a Ko-fi page. Ko-fi, however you say it. And I put a couple things in there trying to get Patreons. Trying to get support to help out with some of this stuff. Yeah. 3-axis. That's the one where I got that file from. And it made me laugh because there's only one person I saw out there, any video I've ever seen, that knows to put extra nodes in those boxes. And when I went to that 3axis.com, because I actually did a video, telling people, hey, go to this site. And then I found out that that's kind of like a pirated site. So I don't promote that anymore because of that. And I saw that one box, when you download it and you go to node editing, everywhere you got your tabs, you're going to have a node placed where when Hobo did his video on that, it's like they took Hobo's video and made their box and did those nodes with it. So we had 3-axis. That was the one I was doing. Yep. When I saw that, I said, because I remember a hobby guy was talking, he was complaining about people taking his file and then going in Etsy and then having like a 500 image file, and you can buy it for like $3 and get all these things. And he said, "No, that's one of mine right there. Oh, that's one of mine right there." But I know I've seen some files that, yeah. But that one was definitely that looked like Hobo's design, with the boxes, the slots and tabs. So I said, "Yep, that looks like Hobo's." Yeah, I'd like to get with you one day off of all this stuff where everyone can't see it and kind of go over that and see what I was missing, just so I can learn, because it drives me nuts that I don't know. Oh, I think it's just me in here, but I don't know. I don't know if it was something I was doing or if you can't do it. I'm not sure, but am I still on here? Still rolling, still doing good. But I think that's it. Looks like it's just me in here. So, yeah, that'd be cool, Jack. Yeah, because I don't know. It ain't gonna be long, but yeah, we can just get on there and share screens, and I'll show you what I was looking at, and then. Yeah, it's get on there and show you screens, and I can show you what I was looking at on mine. Why I can't get that to figure out? Maybe pound our heads together on that. I can figure that out. So I'd like to do a video on that. I think just do one, like in your art library, just have one box, 4x4 or 2x2 or whatever, 6x6, and then take that file and then be able to expand it to whatever you want. You don't have to keep going to these websites or keep creating your own. You can just use one and just make it to whatever size you want. Divide it in half. If it's 4x4, divide it in half, make it 2x2, or something like that. So, yeah, those pirated files. That's what it is. I mean, if you can create a good enough file for someone to want to steal, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I don't think anyone's ever pirated my stuff, so I think that's okay then. What? All right, Jack, you want to get off here? It's just me and you, bud. That's it again. But I'll probably come back on here again either tomorrow or on Saturday. I'm off weekends, so I can kick it on the weekends, and we might be able to just one of these days, and it don't have to be anytime soon. Trust and believe, it don't. But we can just maybe just get on there and kick a little bit to find out what the heck I was doing wrong with that. Cause I don't know what I was doing wrong, or it just can't be done. I don't know, but we'll figure it out. So, but I appreciate you, Jerry stopping in. That was cool. My man Jack coming back in again. That's awesome. So, that's it. But I'll probably come back on here again tomorrow, Jack. All right, Jack. I appreciate you. All right, bud. Thank you. See if I know how to stop this now.